Hello and welcome to the print's first presentation in the great city of Pune. It's our first off-the-cuff fair, and if you are coming to Pune, who else can we start with but, what do I call it, sir? The Sultan of Maharashtra, the King of Maharashtra, the Bhisham Pitame of Maharashtra politics, Mr. Sharad Pawar. Sharadji, many congratulations. 50 years uninterrupted as a parliamentarian between State Assembly and National Parliament, a Padma Vibhushan by a government of your adversaries, about whom you will not say nice things today also, I suspect, and the respect of the entire political class. What's your overview of India's politics? Is India in a good shape, a bad shape, could be better, couldn't be worse?
We have to accept one thing, that as of today, political stability is very much there. There is a government which enjoyed more than 350 seats in parliament. The overall position of the opposition is not very happy. Government, that way, which is led by a person, in his own party he is effective, and he is in position to control all his team. That's why from that angle, I don't see any problem today before country.
Right.
Only question, the various issues which country is watching today, that is little worrisome. Now, for instance, of course, my close association with farming community. Today, there are many states where the farming community is coming big way on the state, and there are certain demands, and particularly demand of loan waivers.
Right. So are you in support of loan waivers?
Generally, I honestly feel that suppose somebody has taken money from bank, we have to see that he will repay.
Right.
If suppose there is a crisis, there is a calamity, there is some difficulty, the bankers and the financial institutions should take a pragmatic approach about that situation, and they should try to help. But total waiver is a one-way beneficial up to certain limit.
Today, are we ready for another round of loan waivers in every state?
I am not favorable for general waiver. In fact, farmers should also understand that whatever the loan which he is taking from bank, he has to repay. Suppose there is a calamity, there is a difficulty, all right, we can give installment.
Sir, agriculture apart, how do you look at the state of the country? Is there anything that worries you? You told us what makes you happy, that there is a stable government, it's led by ruling parties, led by a leader who has full command and control over his party and ministry. But is there anything that worries you, or are we living in a perfect world?
No, there are three issues which worries me, and I think one issue seems to be in the process of, it will resolve either today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. The two states, one is the Kashmir,
right.
Second is the Tamil Nadu, these two areas, and thirdly, particularly northern part of our country, central India also, there is different communal atmosphere is deliberately created by certain sections.
Kashmir is at its worst ever since you've started watching it, say since the Shimla Accord, or since trouble started in '89.
In fact, I have seen on three regions the Kashmir situation very closely. One, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. In Atal Bihari Vajpayee's time, he tried his level best to keep established good relationship with various cross sections. In that initially, when the Atal Bihari Vajpayee came in power, of course BJP, definitely the thinking in Kashmir Valley was something different. But Mr. Vajpayee has taken altogether different approach, and he tried his level best to resolve these issues and to create confidence in the mind of Kashmiris. After him, similar approach was taken by Manmohan Singh also. When Mr. Narendra Modi took over, in fact, last Diwali, you must have recollecting, he spent Diwali in Kashmir Valley.
Yeah, right.
And that was very good decision, very good signal too. And then he has given a lot of assurances, lot of commitments as well. Today, when I discussed with my friends from Kashmir, they said that whatever the commitments were made by the government, not a single thing has been implemented that has created frustration in the mind of youngsters. And now there are certain forces who are encouraging these youngsters, and they are taking practically law in their hand. Tourism is practically stopped. Nobody is coming to Valley. Message has gone outside India and India about the situation, and that's why all shikaras, all houseboats, all restaurants, all hotels, practically everything is in very, very bad shape.
So, sir, do you think the government has mishandled it, or do you think they could have, they could not have helped it, or do you think that the government did not have good intentions of delivering on their promises?
When I discuss with my friends in Kashmir, in fact, they tell me, are you people are interested to resolve this issue? The first question was asked to me also. Is central government and leadership in the government is eager to resolve this issue? They honestly feel that we are not taking any interest. We are politicians, we are parliamentarians, and those who are actually managing the affairs of the country. There has to be dialogue. It is true that youngsters are taking law in their hand, but answer is not bullet. Answer is ultimately we have to sit with them, start dialogue with them, resolve genuine problem, and try to improve the overall situation. If we honestly feel that military, armed forces is a solution, I think we are inviting more trouble.
We are then that means we will create more trouble if we think armed forces are a solution. So, sir, this is something that became very controversial. This video of a Kashmiri protester tied to an army vehicle. What's your view on that?
You see, in fact, I consulted them also, other side also. The armed forces, one of the representatives.
Other side means BJP?
No, somebody from army.
Somebody from army.
Because once upon a time I was also handling.
You were defense minister. Yes, yes.
That's why I have certain contact. So I was asking, what is this? Why you people are doing this? The jeep which was taking these people, one individual, that had shown a very bad picture for not only for Kashmir, not only for India, but outside India too. And it's not correct. They said there was no choice. They said because we kept that man there, that's why we could come and we could save ourselves. Otherwise, there was an attack from all sides. That was their version. I don't know. But if that is the situation, that shows how the situation is serious.
Is bad. So, sir, if you were defense minister today, how would you have wanted army to deal with this situation? Would you have then condoned the use of this human shield?
In fact, armed forces or army is not supposed to generally invite to any state to handle law and order situation. Minister or any other person cannot give instruction to army to go. Suppose something happened to Pune.
Right.
Only district magistrate of Pune got authority if such a serious
but
situation.
But sir, in Kashmir there is Armed Forces Special Powers Act, so army can act on its own also.
No, but you see, when we invite army to handle a particular situation, they are not supposed to act like they are acting against our adversaries or our enemy countries. Basically, their job is to create sort of confidence in the mind of majority population and sort of fear among that section who is trying to take law in their hand. So they have limited responsibility. In certain parts of northeast and particularly Valley, situation is altogether different, and that's why little more powers has been definitely given there. And we have to give some powers Otherwise, it will be very difficult. This is not the only solution. One has to start negotiation.
So should the army punish this officer who did that or condone it?
No. You see, if we punish, there will be total demoralization.
Right.
We have to see that armed forces also should not be demoralized, because situation is such a risky situation, and with this background,
So just a little counseling.
start dialogue, discuss with them, inform them, give them confidence, and also request them that they should use force limited.
Sharadji, the third point, you said that you are worried about what's happening in North and Central India by way of communalization of public mind or public opinion or politics.
It started from certain sections, say, those who are in public life. In fact, Prime Minister's speech, I was really shocked when in Uttar Pradesh campaign, in one place he said, whether we should spend money for Smashan or we should spend money
On Kabristan.
on Kabristan. You see, that has clear-cut signal to divide society into two. And when this type of speeches come from highest person who is occupying highest level position, definitely it's not good. It becomes communalized. And we have seen many things in last 2-3 years in that path. We have seen there was a sort of section called so-called Go Rakshak. They started protecting cow. In the name of protection cow, they started attacking certain section. In fact, in a place called Dadri, one Muslim family was practically attacked, killed head of the family, and because they thought, the attacker thought that he has kept some beef, he has killed cow, and ultimately after inquiry it established that that was not the correct information. But action was taken, law was taken in their hand, attack has been made. Number of places we get information, particularly that Rajasthan and that part, whenever these animals go from one place to another, these Go Rakshaks attack these people, and they always think that this cow has been taken just to kill. In fact, I have seen in most of the places, there is a sizable section in our country who is a beef eater. But they eat beef, but they are not for eating beef from cow.
From buffalo.
Buffalo and some other animals. People do respect cow, but in the name of Go Rakshak, if anybody is going to take law in their hand and create a terror in the society, I think the situation...
Have you talked to Mr. Modi also, he takes you seriously. Have you ever mentioned this to him?
I once mentioned to him, and in fact we are going to discuss also if possible in next week, if he is free. I have sent one detailed note about what I am observing there and what information I am getting there.
So you are likely to meet the Prime Minister to discuss
I requested him that I would like to raise these issues to him, and my note must have reached to him.
Right. So, sir, do you think Mr. Modi and BJP are now unbeatable? And if they are unbeatable, then what happens to your politics?
You see, general impression is that next election, the present setup will continue.
Do you share that impression?
I don't share that.
You don't share?
I don't share that. You see, and I will tell you one example, my own personal experience. In 1975-76, all of you must have remembered, Mrs. Gandhi declared emergency. Within 6 months, the situation was something different. Media started writing, now offices are attended by...
On time.
On time.
Trains are running on time.
Railway trains are running time. Law and order situation has been improved. Black market has been stopped. So, number of good things are happening. And even Vinoba Bhave has mentioned, I recollect that...
Anushasan Parv, he called it.
Anushasan Parv.
Right.
So, that type of situation was there. And in those days, my friends in opposition, when we were meeting them in jails and here and there, their feeling was that next 10 years we will not elect. Mrs. Gandhi is going to win election again, and the situation will be totally controlled by her. and her son. So that type of atmosphere there in many political leaders. There was not a single political party which was in position to provide a viable alternative.
So something like that can happen even now?
Because Janata Party was born after the election. It was formed after the election. But I saw that at the time of 77 election, situation was altogether different.
So sir, do you think another Janata Party can be formed now?
Can't say now.
Or all of you are divided?
You see, there is a definitely thinking among the various political party leaders other than BJP that we have to come together and we have to provide a viable alternative to nation. I don't know whether it will materialize or not. I have not discussed with anybody. When people do come, you people write about that. There is a discussion. When we sit in Parliament in Central Hall, sometime with various cross sections, they do open this subject. They suggest now time has come that we have to do something.
So are you willing to offer your good offices to bring about this unity as the Bhisham Pitame of the opposition?
You see, I'm not going to take any initiative for that purpose. If something is happening good for country, I'll be happy, I will help, but I'm not going to take initiative for that purpose.
But if something happens, you will be happy if this unity comes?
No, because country needs a viable alternative. Country needs a stable government. Country also needs a stable opposition.
But sir, can there be a viable alternative without a leader? Because that was the problem earlier, united we fall, right?
No, I will just ask a question to you. When Janata Party formed government, where were the leaders?
But then JP was a kind of leader figure.
But ultimately JP was, nobody has projected JP to the next prime minister.
Yes, but he was holding it together. Who will hold this together now?
Here, this time I think there will be group of few individuals.
Because
they will sit, they will discuss collectively.
Sir, people are very skeptical of voting for a group of individuals because they know they will fight.
No, but still, there are certain people who got credibility. And these type of people, if they come together, they discuss, they provide some alternative, people might think seriously.
How much of a problem here is the leadership of the Congress Party? Because if an opposition unity has to come up, it has to come up around the Congress Party because they are the largest party. Is the current leadership of Congress Party, we are not talking of Mrs. Gandhi, we are talking of Rahul Gandhi, is that an element that gives Congress Party strength or makes it weaker?
You see, Congress Party has announced today only their election program.
Right.
And it looks like an end of
But in that election, Rahul Gandhi will not be defeated.
So, end of October, there will be a new president. I think that is the indication. And of course, that new president is whatever we discuss with Congressman, they always discuss only one name.
Rahul
That is Rahul Gandhi. Now, question comes whether he will be able to create a confidence in the mind of public at large. Don't forget that there will be comparison. One side here will be Narendra Modi, and here other side will be Rahul Gandhi.
Rahul Gandhi.
And then people have to choose. I don't think it will be very difficult for people to choose anybody. And that's why I don't want to comment on that. But generally, in Congress Party, which I am observing nowadays among the senior leaders, there is a serious talk that country needs today collective leadership. And even the president of Congress Party today also feel that we should encourage collective leadership. Of course, somebody has to project, and projection will be definitely Rahul Gandhi.